Hi everybody, and welcome to ISQA3420, Managing in a Digital World. I would normally be posting this on Camtasia, but I'm going to go ahead and broadcast this live and record it using Google Hangouts and the on-air service of Google Hangouts. So hopefully we can get the Camtasia stuff fixed. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be sharing my screen with you so that you can walk through the slide deck that I have posted on Blackboard. All right. So again, my name is Matt Germanprey. Contact me anytime with respect to this class. The overview of this class is that we're going to be looking at some fairly complicated issues. As managing in a digital world is a fairly complicated endeavor with the broad distribution, the different partners, the different communities, distributed services. So we'll be looking at a single case and kind of drilling into that case to raise questions about what managing in the digital world is about. There are a lot of cases that we could take a look at. So global sourcing of talent would be one area that we could look at. The establishment of ETL processes across a large distributed workplace could be another. So instead of kind of looking broadly at a lot of these, we're going to kind of drill into one, and that's source repository management for an organization and where that source comes from, and the different areas where that source code may come from for an organization, and the complexities that necessarily creates. So the idea here is that this is a learning endeavor. It should be interactive across the board. So we'll be doing a lot of practical stuff in class. And you're encouraged to work on these issues outside of class so that you can have them kind of reinforced for your group project, for your individual assignments, and for your exam. The hope is that you can improve your creative and critical thinking in this class. So there are going to be a variety of things with this class, with a lot of it not having a single kind of right answer. So we'll have these recurring themes and practices throughout the course, but it's really for you to come up with what you believe to be as the best solution to the problems that you're given. So kind of keep that in mind. Also, effective communication is going to be critical for us as well, to effectively read, write, and speak, and kind of listen in this academic and social contexts. You're responsible for being an engaged student here. You have to attend class, whether that's in person or online on a weekly basis. And you have to, if you've been missing material, it's your responsibility for tracking that down. Now, in the online case, that should be available on Blackboard on a regular basis, all right? You're responsible for your assignments. Back up everything, okay? Make sure that you've got everything squared away there. And make sure that everything is submitted that I'm asking for. So if you have failed to submit something, that's on you, not on me for tracking you down. Of course, there's accommodation for disabilities in this course. Let me know if you have particular needs that you need to accommodate. Happy to do so. The same holds true for the accommodation of religion, like the accommodation of disabilities. It's important that you can let me know in this class ahead of time so we can plan accordingly so that it is appropriate for you and for the class. Plagiarism, it kind of goes without saying that plagiarism is a critical component in this class. It will be addressed pretty severely, so it's fairly straightforward quite often to just cite people's work. We'll be going through the plagiarism several times, especially as we have written assignments and written group projects due. The funny thing is, just cite somebody else's work. If you find something that's creative from somebody else, just cite their work. Just let us know where that's coming from and give us a cite for that. All right, continuing on legwork. Really, after 2 days, you're out of luck. You will be reduced, to heavy penalties for the first 2 days. Okay, you can see 50% and 25% will be available. If you need additional time and you have a viable reason, I'm happy to accommodate that. I'm trying to be as flexible as I can in this class. You just got to let me know ahead of time. if you're trying to ask for an extension on time kind of after the fact, it's not going to work out real well. There is no text in this class. I'll provide you with everything that you need, whether it's slide decks like we have here, whether it's online broadcasts, whether it's Google Hangouts that we might have as a kind of one-on-one. If it's PDFs, if it's white papers, everything you need will be posted to Blackboard, and you'll have straight access to all of this material. Okay? So there is a group project in here, so there's going to be a midterm and a final report for this group project. It's really going to be broken down across 2 periods of this class. One is about source management and how we manage the assets of source code in a distributed sense and the complications that that entails. And then the second is, what are our technical infrastructure issues that need to be established in order to get this to work? So just because we have the policies and practices that we want to implement, we need to think about the infrastructure as well, and how this will actually go into practice. So we really have 2 parts. One is source management. The second is distributed computing. We'll be taking a look at these both together. And your group project will be coming up with recommendations on how you would implement this inside of an organization. You can work in teams of 2 or 3. Teams of 4, not going to work. I'm going to break you up if you're in a team of 4. 2 exams and 2 assignments. So it's going to break down such that you have a single assignment for source management, and then you'll have a single assignment for distributed computing management, and then you'll have an exam for source management and an exam for distributed computing management. So it'll be broken down across those 2 areas of interest. The assignments are relatively short. They're 1-page papers where you describe management principles to me that are being affected by these associated topics. So for example, if you're dealing with source management, how does that change the decisions that you make inside of an organization? How does that change your understanding of leadership within an organization? Same for distributed computing. How does that change the authority and control over particular infrastructure in the organization? How does that change the communication structures inside of the company as well? So we make these decisions, whether it's source code management, distributed computing, global resource management. What does this affect? It changes the way that we think about certain things, and this class is meant to explore that. And so those are really what the assignments are about. And the exams are going to be along those same lines, where you can also drill into some of the topics a little bit more intensely. Here's the grading policy. 90, 80, 70, 60 is kind of the breakdown here. Okay, you can get your head around that. There may be a curve in the class. The curve will never affect you negatively. It'll only affect you positively. So there's a chance that those percentages may go down just to some degree. You'll see there are the assignments, the exams, and the group project. We have participation on there. So what participation is your engagement. If you're in the in-person class, attending class, being a good participant in class. If it's also in the online class, being a part of the discussions, having communication with me, attending sessions that you and I might arrange accordingly, just being a good contributing member to the class, even in the online setting. So about halfway through with the participation, I'll give you a rough idea of where I think you're standing with respect to participation. All right. Here's our approximate schedule. You'll see that, there's nothing due through the first month of this class almost. So our first assignment is due October 7th. You'll have your first exam the 21st. Your mid-group report will be due on November 2nd, and so on and so forth. Let me just tell you real quickly too, on each one of these assignments, and obviously the group project and the exams, I'm going to give you way more detail than you're getting here. Really what this is just intended to do today is to introduce you to the course and just kind of get your head around some of the content that we're going to be looking at. All right, and so that I can fix Camtasia so I can use that as a regular tool. So anyway, you'll be getting more information on each one of these. I will be spending explicit class time talking about each one of the assignments in detail, walking through the rubrics for the assignments, walking through the rubrics for the group project, walking through the rubrics for the exam. I'll even give you sample assignments, kind of what I'm looking for in the group project and sample exam questions. So the intention here is to provide a lot more detail than what you're just getting from this schedule here. This is a management class, but that said, you are in a College of Information Science and Technology. So I will lean on your technical skills in this class. So when I'm talking about, say, repository management or cloud computing, I think these are important things to think about and important things for you to understand. Do you have to build them? No. Do you need to understand them and design and build designs around them? Yeah, you sure are going to have to do that. You will learn management principles throughout this analysis and design process. So you'll learn things like leadership, decision-making, authority and control, communication, and how these management principles are affected, not good or bad, but how they're just impacted by our particular context. Chance to meet some other people in class through the group project and through the discussions. And like I said earlier, you're responsible for checking your digital communication. I'll post announcements, slides, material, videos, but you're the one that really has to reach out and stay informed. So if you're not coming back to Blackboard on a regular basis and becoming disengaged with class, I'm not going to come track you down. You'll hear about it probably halfway through if I feel like you're not participating in the class, but generally speaking, it's your responsibility to stay engaged. So have a great start to the semester. I encourage anybody to reach out to me at any time. I'll be playing around with delivery modes for this class. I may even record some of these later in the evening, but run it as a live broadcast where you could attend the live broadcast perhaps, but I would also record that live broadcast. All right. Please don't hesitate to contact me. Happy to chat with any of you. I look forward to the class. All right. Also, I will be posting slide material on Mondays. I'll probably be using Camtasia, and it'll be in Blackboard, not in Google Plus or Google Hangouts. I just needed to get this content out today. And I'll be posting slide decks also then on Tuesday for Wednesday's class. Okay. So I look forward to it. Reach out to me. Let me know if you have any questions. Talk to you later.